Bee hives. Those who believe in the theory of evolution and development always reconsider their beliefs after learning about the world of bees. The bee could not have evolved due to its complex structure, as it requires all its organs simultaneously to live and function as a bee. Additionally, the bee needs the other members of its community, which is bound by cooperation and precise order to form this perfect society, surpassing even that of ants in terms of strict organization, food, and sacrifice. At the entrance of the beehive, there are always guards who attack any intruder regardless of its size, sacrificing their lives if necessary for the safety of the hive and its members. Inside the hive, work continues diligently, with every bee having its own specialized task. Each bee is a skilled worker, using its limbs and wings with extraordinary dexterity. They use their limbs for cleaning, and their wings beating 500 times per second to regulate air, build the hive, care for the young, and so on. In a bee society, there is only space for one queen. If two are found, they fight to the death, or one leaves defeated. This battle occurs in the presence of other hive members without any interference. Thus, the queen proves her strength and worthiness to fulfill the hive's duties. In the spring, the queen leaves the hive, followed by a swarm of male bees. But only the strongest and most resilient can keep up with her. The weaker ones falter along the way. After the mating process is completed, the brave bee that managed to fertilize the queen dies. But what a death in the arms of the queen. The queen returns to the hive, and when her pregnancy is complete, she lays her eggs, each in a separate cell. The worker bees then take care of the eggs until they hatch, feeding the larvae with honey until they pupate, at which point they cover them with silk and seal the hexagonal chambers with remarkable geometric precision. Among these chambers, the largest ones are reserved for the princesses, while others are for wax storage and work. When the bees are fully grown, they emerge from their chambers to take up their duties inside the hive, one as a worker, another as a servant, and a third as a nurse, and so on. The bees learn these duties while still inside their chambers. How? Is there a code within their cells that dictates their behavior? Or is it a revelation from a source unknown to us? This is a mystery that science may never fully unravel. Anyone who observes the bee carrying out its tasks with precision, order, and diligence cannot help but admire and be astonished by this marvelous creature. As for the language of bees, it is dancing. When a bee returns to the hive after a scouting trip in the fields, bringing back a few drops of nectar from specific flowers, the other bees smell the nectar and recognize the type of flowers. The bee then begins to dance or explain where these flowers are located. Its eyes are always directed toward the field, and through dancing it outlines the angle to the right or left of the sun, indicating the distance to the field by the speed of its abdomen's wags. Once the dance is over, the bees know exactly where to head. Bees can see ultraviolet rays, the only rays capable of penetrating clouds. Since seeing the sun is essential to knowing the field's locations, bees have been equipped with this ability, preventing them from starving if the sun is obscured. Had bees not been endowed with this sense from the beginning, they would have gone extinct before they could evolve. Indeed, the bee is not a creature that has evolved, but is instead a magnificent being that leaves scientists astonished.